Next, I'm going to show you how the modify combine into surface tool works. So I'm going to use a simple line function. I'm going to do it just above here. I'm going to make a triangle. Don't use anything but a line function. So now I have a triangle. I want to hit X to use my select tool. And I want to select all three sides of that triangle. I'm going to go to Modify, Combine into Surface, and then I get a little paint bucket. The paint bucket is also common. It's a common icon in the Adobe suite. So I'm going to use that fill tool, paint bucket, to click in the middle of those three lines. The thing about these three lines is now they've become a triangle. I could move this triangle by using the Move by Points tool with the object retention mode off, and the original lines are still there below. So this is something to remember, that you might want to delete the original lines as you go so you don't have layers of the same lines on there. We're going to make this a little bit more advanced. So now we have this object. We are going to recreate it a little bit so that we can learn about some of the pitfalls of using combine into surface. So now we have an object with lots and lots of spaces. So we're going to mirror it so that we can modify it a little bit. So I just mirrored it. I want to see this this way with your triangle on top. I want you to have done all of these things. And now what we want to do is create a closed surface that can be turned into an object, much like this triangle was turned into an object. So now we're going to have to use some of the skills that we learned in the last unit, well, not the last unit, the last lesson. So we're going to modify this, we're going to restore this octagon. So I'm going to rotate, I'm going to click here, here, and here. And now these 2 points are intersecting. These 2 points are intersecting. Good. But we don't have an intersection point here. So I'm going to hit the X button so that I can select this. And now I'm going to rotate it. The reason why we're doing this is because rotation is hard for most students, at least figuring it out at first. Which lines do I need to grab a hold of in order to get it to go where I want it to go? Don't forget to hold Shift if you want it to be straight. So now these 2 points are meeting. Good. And we have an opening here. So let's see what happens when we try to turn something into a surface when there's an opening to it. It's not a closed object right now because this area would need to be closed in order for this to happen. So let's really quickly, we're going to select this whole object. And what we're trying to do, because it's okay that extraneous things are selected, if we go to View, if we go to Modify, Combine into Surface, and click in the middle, nothing happens. So if you try to combine into surface and nothing happens, it's because you have an opening somewhere like this. So we're just going to go ahead and mirror this like it was before. Or you could just draw a little line. We're going to try it again now that that is closed. Modify, combine into surface, click in the middle. Now, here we are. Now we have an object, a discrete object, that is just the middle there. And if I wanted to move it out of there, I could. Bam. It's a whole new shape. So I want you to do that. I want you to go ahead and move it out of there so it looks like this.